Right guys, another episode back at the bike. We struggled to get the exhaust bolts out, so I thought the next best thing, we need to paint the frame, we need to paint the engine, and I was going to do them together inside the frame, but I think now I can't get the exhaust bolts off easily. We're going to drop the engine out of the bike, we'll paint it separately, we can clear it, we can make the frame all clear, so that we can get ready to cut bits off to shorten the frame, and paint the inside of the frame edges and paint the frame separately, so we could do a pretty good job of that. So follow us along and we'll get this engine out. So far we have disconnected all the wiring from the engine, hopefully. We've drained the oil and we've taken the front end back off just to get the frame, easy access to everything. And hopefully next step is to take the side of the frame off, the bracket for the exhaust. So we're going to have to drop the exhaust and the engine both together at the same time so that we can work on getting that exhaust bolt out.
There were times when I thought I won't make it out. See
So far we managed to get the engine out of this bike. It was a bit of a struggle, to be honest. I didn't think we were going to go this far, but now we are. I do need to get one of the bolts out the front of the engine casing. It's like solidly seized in there. I think we're going to need plenty of heat and some big mallets. Apart from that, the engine's come out pretty easily. We do need to get the exhaust gas manifold off as well, but I think we're going to have to weld some bolts onto the original nut, or weld some nuts onto the original bolts the other way around, and then try and crack them off. Otherwise, if the heads come off, we're going to have to struggle getting those bolts out of there. But we need to heat wrap the exhaust to give that cafe racer look. And I'm in two minds of whether I'll try and modify the original exhaust, but it is a quite chunky boy. So I was maybe looking at getting a sleeve-on exhaust, something in carbon fibre, or I'm not sure yet. We'll have to have a look when it gets to that point, I think. Any suggestions? Write us a comment. Just let us know what you think would be the best for a little cafe racer. Most stuff's satin black. I do like the thought of a carbon fibre one, but that's up to you or up to me. Whatever we decide amongst us, I think would be great. It's much easier with the engine out. We're going to be able to paint that satin black. The frame is very dirty. There's lots of old chain and lube on it, and so I think if we just strip the whole frame down, we can paint it a lot easier, and put it all back together looking nice and fresh, and fresh grease, and make sure all the bearings are good. Get that back wheel off. I did have a little think. See some cafe races on the local pages. Some white wheels. Let me know what you think in the comments for that as well. Obviously the tank and stuff is still a bit of a secret, if you want to say that, of what color we're going, and I think you guys are gonna have to wait till we paint it to see. But for now, come along and let's see if we can get the rest of this frame apart. I'm gonna take the swing arm off, take the wheel off, get all the wiring loom out, get this whole frame down to bare frame. Maybe today, maybe it'll take us a bit longer, we don't know. that was definitely a bit of an effort, but we've got the frame separated from the rear swing arm. I'm gonna try and strip the swing arm down a little bit more, see if I can get the rear shock off. That is utterly rusted to hell, so I don't know whether to buy a complete new unit, whether to clean everything up and maybe get the spring powder coated, or even just buying a new spring. Feel free to give me some comments on what you think to do with the rear spring. I do know some guys who can do some stripping and powder coating and stuff like that, so if it comes to that, that's the way to go. But I think the rear shock and spring has been on there since the bike was new in 2008. So is it time to replace it? 24, no, sorry. So what's that? 16-year-old shock and spring, rusty. Do I replace it? Just gonna finish whipping off all the rest of the loom off the front end of the thing, and then I think I might just call it a day for today and get that rear shock done and rear swing arm done. I'll finish my coffee, and I'm not the world's greatest husband, but coffee's good in any mug. Guys, that's the frame completely stripped down except the rear pegs. Oh yeah, I've just got to take the other foot peg off the other side. I'll take the center stand and the side stand off when it comes to painting and sandblasting or whatever I decide to do with it. There's quite a few rusty spots on it, so they definitely need cleaning up, a bit of cure rust before painting anyway. So, but she's finally down to what looks like a few hundred bits of bike, to be honest. We've got the engine there, loads of wiring loom off, rear brake moss, cylinder and slave cylinder and everything, and then the rear cowl. All of that's just going to get jet washed and stuff. Got a new rear light, and we've got a new rear set of indicators. Work out the rear end. We're going to cut most of that bit sticking off the back there to make the frame shorter. Not sure whether we can put a curve bar in there or if we just square it off and use the seat and the hump to make it look rounded. But that'll be a one for another day.